America has never been more connected, yet millions of people feel more alone than ever before. That sounds strange, because technology was supposed to bring people closer. Social media made it possible to talk instantly. Video calls made distance feel smaller. Messaging apps made communication effortless. You can reach almost anyone in seconds, and yet, so many Americans feel emotionally disconnected. People have followers, but no one to call when life feels heavy. Hundreds of contacts, but very few real conversations. Online all day, yet deeply alone. And for many people, the loneliness feels hard to explain. Because loneliness isn't always about being physically alone. Sometimes you can sit in a crowded room and still feel completely disconnected. You can be surrounded by people and still feel unseen. You can smile in public, answer messages, go to work, stay busy, and still feel like nobody truly knows what's happening inside your mind. That quiet loneliness has become more common in America, and there are reasons why. The first reason is modern life became incredibly fast. Everything moves quickly. People work longer. Schedules feel heavier. Everyone feels busy. Always doing something. Always rushing somewhere. Always trying to keep up. And when life moves too fast, deep connection becomes harder. Real connection takes time. Time to listen. Time to be present. Time to trust someone. Time to build something real. But speed changed everything. People are available constantly, but emotionally unavailable more than ever. Messages happen instantly, but real attention feels rare. And humans need more than communication. They need connection. The second reason may be social media. Social media created constant access to other people's lives. At first, that feels connecting, but over time, it often creates comparison. You see people traveling, getting engaged, buying homes, celebrating milestones, posting happy moments. And even when you know it's only part of reality, your mind still compares. And comparison creates emotional distance because loneliness becomes heavier when you feel behind. Behind financially, behind socially, behind in relationships, behind in life. People begin asking, why does everyone else seem connected? Why does everyone else look happy? Why am I the only one feeling this way? But the truth is, many people feel exactly the same. They just don't post that part. They post smiles, not loneliness, success, not uncertainty, and the gap between appearance and reality grows wider. The third reason is independence culture. America deeply values independence, being strong, being self-made, handling problems alone, not needing help, being productive, being resilient. Those things can be powerful. But sometimes independence turns into isolation. People feel pressure to handle everything themselves, stress alone, pain alone, anxiety alone, financial pressure alone. And asking for help starts feeling uncomfortable or embarrassing or like weakness. So people stay quiet and loneliness grows in silence. Because humans were never meant to carry everything alone. We need community, support, shared struggle, honest conversations, people who truly understand us, and modern culture sometimes makes vulnerability feel risky. The fourth reason is friendship changes as adults. When people are younger, friendships often happen naturally. School, college, sports, daily routines, shared environments. You see the same people regularly. Connection feels easier, but adulthood changes that. People move. Jobs change. Marriage changes schedules. Kids create new priorities. Energy feels lower. Time feels limited. And friendships require intentional effort. something many people underestimate. A lot of adults don't lose friendships because of conflict. They lose them slowly. Everyone gets busy. Everyone assumes we'll talk soon. Weeks become months. Months become years. And suddenly someone feels alone without knowing exactly when the distance started. The fifth reason is loneliness can feel invisible. Physical pain gets noticed. Emotional loneliness often doesn't. People may look okay, function normally, smile, work, laugh, and still feel deeply disconnected inside. That makes loneliness complicated because many people feel guilty talking about it. They think, I shouldn't feel lonely. I have people around me. I should be grateful. But loneliness isn't weakness. It's human. It's the mind and body reminding you something important matters. Belonging matters. Meaningful relationships matter. Being understood matters. Humans naturally need connection, and that never changed. Even with technology, even with success, even with money, even with busy lives. And that may be the hardest part, because loneliness doesn't always disappear with more followers. More entertainment, more distractions. Sometimes people feel loneliest while constantly distracted. Scrolling, watching, listening, keeping themselves busy so they don't have to feel the silence. But silence often reveals what distraction hides. A need for real connection, a need to feel known, a need for honest presence, a need to feel like someone truly sees you, and small moments matter more than most people realize. A real conversation, a meaningful check-in, someone listening without rushing, being fully present, saying what you actually feel. These things sound simple, but emotionally, they matter deeply. Because loneliness isn't always solved by more people. Sometimes it's solved by deeper connection with fewer people. One honest conversation can feel more meaningful than hundreds of online interactions. One trusted friendship can feel stronger than constant attention. One person truly understanding you can change everything. That's why America feels more connected than ever, and lonelier than ever at the same time. Technology increased communication, but communication and connection aren't always the same. Being visible isn't the same as feeling known. Being followed isn't the same as feeling supported. Being online isn't the same as belonging. And maybe that's the quiet truth many people feel right now. A lot of Americans aren't looking for more noise, more scrolling, more content, more distraction. They're looking for something deeper, real conversation, real trust, real presence, real connection, something human, something simple, something that reminds them they're not carrying life alone, because loneliness often feels like nobody understands. But millions feel this. Even successful people, even people surrounded by others, even people smiling every day. And sometimes healing begins with something very simple. Reaching out, starting the conversation, checking on someone, being honest, creating space for real connection again. Because even in a world that feels louder than ever, people still need the same thing humans have always needed: to feel seen, to feel understood, and to know they don't have to carry everything alone.